Alright, boys and girls, today we're on lesson 6.6, Model with Arrays, on page 333. And since we're working with arrays today, remember those are kind of the rectangle shaped shapes we make with drawing circles, or you can use the tiles, and you know where to find the manipulatives if you want to use tiles. Let's look at investigate. We're going to use square tiles. It says you can use arrays to model division and find equal groups. I want to count out 30 tiles and make an array to find how many rows of 5 there are in 30. So we would make a row of 5 tiles and continue to make as many rows of 5 tiles as we can until we get to that magic number of 30. So I'll do that up here in my workspace right here. I'm going to make a row of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, I continue making those rows until I get to a total of 30. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So then, how many rows of 5 did I make? Well, I need to count those up. Here's 1 row, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. I made 6 rows of 30. There we go. Okay, draw conclusions. Explain how I use tiles to find the number of rows of 5 and 30. So, to explain that, made rows of 5. I probably should have written rows made in front of rows of 5. Rows of 5 and stopped at 30. Stopped at 30 tiles. There we go. Period. And then what I have room here? Oh, I do. Counted the number of rows. Okay. Come over here. Counted the number of rows. There we go. So we made rows of 5 and stopped at 30 tiles. We counted the number of rows. What multiplication equation could you write for the array? Well, we look up here, how many rows do we have? We have 6 rows. And how many are in each row? 5 in each row. So my multiplication would be 6 times 5 equals 30. And if we think about that, it's actually 6. And we know this multiplication sign actually means rows of. So I could write rows of, what's my R? There we go. 6 rows of 5 equals 30. Okay. Tell how to use, number 3, tell how to use an array to find how many rows of 6 are in 30. Okay, so we would make rows of 6. Make rows of 6, and then count the rows. The rows. And I want to make that for you as well, so you can see, maybe see slightly the difference. I'm going to make rows of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then go up till I get 30. So there's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So that one's different than the first one I made because I have rows of 6 instead of rows of 5. And then I ended up not with 6 rows, I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So I have 5 rows of 6 instead of 6 rows of 5. All right, that does it for that page. Let's go on over to the next page. And here it says we can write a division equation to show how many rows of 5 are in 30. So again, rows of 5. So they started our rows for us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they continued. So that was then 6 and 7 and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll continue 13, 14, 15, and again I'm stopping at 30. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I tried to keep it, fairly lined up and everything. It just makes it easier to read. Now, when we're reading our division problem, I noticed this on the last lesson. It's like subtraction in a lot of ways. We start with the biggest number, 30. That's the total number of tiles that we have in our array up here, 30 total tiles. And it's divided by 5 because we made rows of 5. And then our answer is going to be how many rows did we have? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows, so our answer is 6. Again, the total number of tiles divided by how many you have in the row tells you how many rows you have. So there are 6 rows of 5 tiles in 30. So 30 divided by 5 equals 6. Now, one way we can check our answer, and this is why we did multiplication first, we can use multiplication to check our answer. We can take the two smaller numbers, multiply them together, 5 times 6, or 6 times 5, the commutative property, and it should equal 30, and in fact, those facts do equal 30, so I know I did my division correctly. All right, try this. Let's read it, and then I'll talk to you for a moment, and then I'll let you work here. All right, it says count out 24 tiles. Make an array with the same number of tiles in 4 rows. So instead of making rows of 4, we're going to make 4 rows like they've started for us here. Place 1 tile in each of the 4 rows and continue doing that. Okay, so I have to stop at 24. Now, if you feel comfortable, this is a great time for you to pause the video, do the work on your own. When you're done with the work, resume the video and check your work with my answers to make sure you're on the right track. Okay, so again, placing 24 tiles in 4 rows. So we have, starting out, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll continue the rows. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay. Going down to the question, how many tiles are in each row? Well, let's count them up. In each row we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles in each row. So what division equation can we write for the array? Now remember, on the division equation, we count up the total number of tiles first. So we have to count up all the tiles in our array. And remember to count the ones they provided for us. And that was a total of 24. So that's our first number in our division equation, the biggest number. 24 divided by, okay, we have 2 choices here. We can either say how many rows there are, and in this case there are 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So 24 divided by 4, the 4 rows, and then how many are in each row? 6. Okay. The other way we could write that division equation is still 24 divided by how many are in each row, which is 6, equals how many rows there are, which is 4. So those are related division facts right there. Okay. Now we could check our work again, like I mentioned before. Take the 2 smaller numbers, multiply them together, 4 times 6, and that equals 24. And that's what we needed. We reused all 3 numbers from that division equation in the multiplication equation. All right, boys and girls, that's going to do it for me. Do your best. Take your time. If you need to rewind the video and remind yourself of some things as you're working through the lesson, please do so. Take advantage of it as a teaching tool. Do your best, and good luck. As always, this is Mr. P, and I am out.